안녕하세요 여러분, 제 이름은 AJ요. My name is AJ and welcome back to Shadow Spinner Reacts, where we are continuing with episode 5 of Sweet Home. As you all know, we have a special guest for this series.
Hello, it's Laura and I am Shadow Spinner's sister. I'm very excited to be joining you once again this week. It's gonna be a good one.
It is gonna be a good one. Alrighty, so
Can we talk about what is that?
What? Okay, well, there's a lot of things that could be referring to in the series.
I mean, like the thing, the big bulbous, cocoonish,
the pregnant lady
thing in
the woman.
What?
The woman who lost
what?
the woman who lost her baby and now looks like she is inside a womb.
Yeah, and I'm very afraid that it's going to be another like insect-ish type thing. We've already seen one spider.
Here's I don't know. I am worried. I'm sitting here like, part of me is like, okay, if I saw that, they need to exterminate it now before it becomes an issue. Well, she might still be in the transition time. But the other part of me is like, doesn't want to believe that she's actually turned.
Well, and is it already too late?
If it's already too late, they need to at least do enough damage to get it out of there.
I mean, can you cut it out and then throw it out the window?
Yes, they've done that repeatedly so far, actually.
Yeah, that's how they've gotten rid of most of them.
It seems to be their go-to is to get it out the window.
Yeah.
There's also this thing about entry into the building. I don't know if you noticed.
Well, to a point, because that googly-eyed monster thing that was floating through the air into the apartment, it was going in through one of the outdoor windows.
Right, but the window was open.
Yes.
These things we've discovered are very, very strong, so there's no reason it couldn't have just broken a window, but it didn't.
Well, also keep in mind that was a giant floating eye. Maybe that wouldn't have been so comfortable.
I thought it had tendrils.
It had like a tendril-ish type thing, but it seemed to be primarily a giant floating eye.
Yeah, but the bloodsucky one also seemed pretty easily stopped by that barrier, and none of the stronger ones seemed to even try on the barrier, and the ones that were knocked out that were stronger, they haven't tried on that barrier either.
It's true. It's all a question.
Mr. Juggernaut, once he went out the window, he seemed to be like, okay, I guess I'm outside the building now.
Well, to be fair, that one didn't have, like, the highest intelligence level. He might have been, like, a turkey to glitter and just found something else to chase.
That's true. I'm sure the one that's attracted to sounds probably found some other sound to follow.
Yeah, because, I mean, that one that's blind that goes just by hearing, there are definitely things outside that would have caught its attention.
Yeah,
so I'm like...
And Miss Protein.
Yeah. No, it could have been anywhere. The only one that seems to be consistently interested in getting in is
the bloodsucky
the
one.
alien-esque, and I say alien-esque because of the tongue beastie thing that comes out, and it's the alien-esque bloodsucker.
Yeah, and it's managed to kill 2 people now by using the one girl to lure somebody out. And there's no way that wasn't intentional, because that girl could not have survived unless it was letting her live.
I don't know that that's necessarily true.
Unless her survival thing was that she stayed hidden.
It might have just been an opportunity, because he's been so focused on the things inside that he didn't notice that there was something outside.
Right. I'm saying from the number of things that were outside, and she was injured, which means something got to her, but she didn't die.
Well, to be fair, something's gotten to most of the people inside, and they haven't died either.
But they're not bleeding and stuff like that. Like, she had direct contact and didn't die. Also, are we going to talk about...
So did our killer. Our killer mafia man. Well, I don't know that he's a killer. Our mafia man.
Yeah, but I understand how Mafia Man survived. I don't understand how Schoolgirl survived.
She can be a tough mofo.
Clearly, she died pretty quickly. And
Because
also,
she got shot through the back.
yes, I know she really wasn't trusting too much that she was safe there.
No,
She was
she wasn't. She knew she had problems.
she was not trying to get any cover at all. She just ran straight out in the open.
No.
Yeah, an R.I.P. soldier dude that went to try to rescue her.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate loss.
Yeah, honestly, when it first happened, I did not realize at first that that was the bloodsucky demon. I thought that she had already turned and that that was coming from her, and it took me a second to realize that that was going through her.
Yes.
Also, Spider Dude.
It likes the dark.
It's still a problem.
Yes, it's still definitely a problem.
It's still a problem. So what do we have left in the building? Spider Dude is the only one we know for sure is left in the building. Plus
No, well,
and
pregnant woman.
Womb lady. Well, we keep on calling her pregnant woman. She is not pregnant. She looks like she's in a womb.
Well, that might be her womb. That might be her pregnant womb.
Okay.
Well, her not
and
pregnant
then
womb.
we know that 2 people are infected and 1 crazy guy wants to be infected.
2 people, possibly 3.
Who's the possibly 3rd one? Mafia Dude?
No. Because remember, it's based off of fears and things, right?
Right. Well, strong emotions.
Because the shopkeeper also started showing signs of turning.
I thought the shopkeeper was the one that we knew was infected.
So it's
the shopkeeper. It's
the
main guy.
The main guy. Well, and I guess, the mother is already turned. So I guess there's that.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't counting her, because we just counted her as womb lady.
Yeah.
So we can't double count her.
The shopkeeper's wife has
A
pretty
potential
strong
for
potential
turning.
for turning, and so does the schoolgirl's mother.
She's also got potential for turning. So 2 confirmed infected, 2 that I think are high risk. Surprisingly,
and Ballet Girl also has high potential.
Yeah, weird yes and no on that one, because she also seems like she's fairly chilled out. The reason I said Mafia guy is because he seemed to be talking in a way that made me think he'd already conquered his inner demon. I don't really know how to explain that.
I feel like with him, because remember, it preys off of like fear and emotions and those types of things. Whatever thing that he was dealing with before,
he's just so inoculated.
He's his other problems. He found a way to like maintain his emotions during those things in such a way that this really isn't able to prey upon him.
I've got an example for everybody really quickly. So if anybody here has seen Xena Warrior Princess, there was an episode where the god of war became human, and all of a sudden, all of the people, the regular people, became super violent because like their anger wasn't being like managed anymore, but all of the warlords who were used to controlling their anger all of a sudden became super chill. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I know that was like a really rant, but it just popped in my head. So do we have any predictions for this episode?
Nope. I think we need to just get into it.
Think we need to get into it? Alright, let me get recording here. Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, play.
정말 어디가? 나는
Well,
난 이용당할
you
뿐이야.
must know.
I love how he's like, I need to make you miserable too.
Yeah, right?
You're only being used. He's like, well, duh. It's a heart.
That was a cool shot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, she's like a giant baby. This is where you close that door.
Yeah, I would be like, you know what? We can leave her in there.
Yeah, just
Because here's the
close
thing.
the door.
If he shoots it, he might wake it up.
제가 변하면 선생님께서 죽여주세요.
Oh, he promised her.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I
also-
feel so bad.
But this could wake her up.
I know. Oh.
What did it say Dada?
Yep. Oh.
I'm just thinking when we saw the future scene at the very beginning of the show, it didn't look like there were any survivors in that building.
아줌마 갔어.
He doesn't want to tell him.
이제 그만 보내드리자.
She knows.
Oh.
The older
Yeah,
girl
she
knows.
does.
Yeah.
So does the younger one.
깡패라며. 깡패는 돈 주면 다 하는 거 아니야? 가진 거 다 줄게.
Do you think money matters now?
해줘.
It's like, not
He's
helping
like,
you commit suicide.
"Lady."
Thank you, goodbye.
Don't you do anything for money? Not suicide, no.
Well, and what does it matter right now? Everybody there knows money doesn't mean anything.
비켜. 괜찮은 거야? 막지도 못할 것 같은데요.
He's like,
I love the logic and reasoning here. Move
he's
it.
like, we can't stop him. I'm not getting anybody else killed in this process.
Where did you get the food?
굶겨 죽이게? 넌 내가 이렇게 된 게 좋지.
Yes, I'd be glad.
신났지. 내가 괴물이 되면 너부터 잡아먹을 거야.
They should not have let her be the one that serves food in. And they should not have let her go by herself there.
상황이 나쁘면 아이들은 버려.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, fam.
No. Thank you. Bye. I mean, I understand it because he's a pragmatist.
사람 목숨 갖고 장난쳐?
Kids
그럼 누굴
kids are
버려야 되죠?
harder
최선이었어요.
to kids are
찬스는
harder
아저씨가 꼭
to keep
필요하고.
safe.
다른 방법이 있었을 거야. 사람 이용하는 거 말고.
And we also have another the father and daughter that we need to get down here.
Yes, that nobody knows about.
이용하는 건 골든 타임이에요.
정말 사람들이 양심 때문에 차현수를 내쫓지 않았다고 생각해요? 뭐 칼든 아저씨나 방망이든 누나나 그동안 같이 있었으니까 정이 들었다고 쳐요. 하지만 다른 사람들은요. 차현수, 김석현, 괴물화가 진행 중인 게 그 둘뿐일까요? 아니요. 다들 두려운
So basically everybody voted to not be kicked out if they turn.
Exactly.
정부 공식 발표보다 이 사태에 대해서 먼저 알고 있는 사람이 있었어요.
누군데?
모르죠. 그냥 우연히 검색하다가 들어가 보려고 했어요.
무슨 내용?
But yeah, that's what it is. It's
절망이요.
a fear based.
이건 저주래요. 조그만 단서 하나도 쉽게 무시해서는 안 되죠.
흐르프르가 뭐야? 자기 블로그야?
저기 이경아. 야, 아이 그런 거 아니라니까.
Oh. That's her ex-fiance's post.
어디 갑니까?
We don't know how he died.
그래서요.
여기도 안전하지 않아.
괴물이 있는 것 같아요. 잡죠. 잡을 수 있잖아요, 우리.
He was like, get your act together. Oh, that was
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
Well,
he
that was
punched him.
unexpected.
Yeah, he punched him back into consciousness at the wrong time. Oh, we got a runner.
정말 다 태워먹을 작정이십니까?
아니 불이야 끄면 그만이세요. 네, 저
There's when?
야, 이 난리에 사람이 살아있으려나 모르겠다. 누구야?
She's like, there are two more people?
살려뒀다는 건가?
Yep. This is a storage feeding facility.
내 손이 닿았다면 아들은 살아있을까? 나 자신을 용서할 수
Unless this monster was not killing them.
모든 게 탓이라고 어쩌면
Did he get saved by the monster?
That's what I was thinking. Like, was the monster pulling people in there trying to get them away from the other monster?
저렇게 되면 안 되는 거 아니야?
But he just does it so rough that they die
Wait.
anyway?
Well, because he slammed them against the wall. Or it might be that they were already injured, because if he's trying to save them from the other monster moves really fast. They might have already been killed before he got them.
It's possible.
저렇게 보내도 되는 겁니까?
누가 누굴 걱정해? 저는 좀 호랑이도 잡을 사람.
학생도 다친 것 같은데.
아니요, 괜찮아요.
좀 치워요. 냅두면 굶습니다.
He's like, you don't understand.
양도 좀 주세요. 손 치워라, 고마야. 너 괴물어가 진행되고 있는 거지. 괴물인 줄 알았으면 돕지도 않았어. 나가.
It's pretty rude.
Understandable, though. He didn't just shoot him.
진짜 악취미십니다.
장난이야, 장난.
What a sick guy.
죽음이 두렵지 않은 인간은 필요 없나?
어르신,
자넨 해고해.
You're fired.
무인네 간병하느라 그간 고생이 많았네. 죽기 전에
Ooh, what's he? It's the little things. It's like,
I
I'm
like
not
that.
afraid of it because he's got cancer. He was gonna die anyway. Oh, she might be trying to kill him. Uh-oh. Oh, is this a part of his hallucination?
Oh,
Did
possibly.
she go in or?
묻혔어?
당신은 정말
Yeah, I think she might be.
나한테 관심이 없군요. 난 괴물이 돼서 당신을 죽이고 싶지 않아.
I want to kill you now.
그건 너무 억울하거든.
Ooh. AJ.
저기 아줌마
Yeah?
혹시 밖에 그 아저씨 있어요?
아저씨 위층으로 올라갔어요.
I love that he wasn't going to do anything to stop that.
올라갔다고?
Although I think that nobody would have.
Come on, a granola bar, anything.
He's
I
looking
don't
for
know what he's
something
looking-
specific.
Oh, yeah, he's back in that exact room.
Yeah.
Um,
What's in this room? Oh, creepy. Well, now we know there are at least two others. I'd be surprised if there's not a third in here. This is like prime monster setup shit.
what the F?
It's a dark room.
Well, I can tell that it's a dark room, but the pictures look like they're all of dead people.
This is why he was going after him. That's his daughter. Want to make a bet?
Daughter or younger sister, one of the two.
Oh, not younger sister. Definitely daughter.
아줌마는요?
Yeah, where's Uni?
무엇을 해야 하는 건지, 세상이 어떻게 되는 건지,
Oh.
얼마나 버틸 수 있을지 알 수 없습니다.
Oh, smart.
그래도 우리는 살아 있습니다.
They're taking it to the roof. He's not turning because he's already a monster.
Oh, it's also his proof that he's not turning because he's not healing.
Oh.
Why is he scribbling on the wall?
Because he's losing it a little bit.
Priest is like, I trust this guy not.
아니 누가 봐도 어디서 저 터져가지고 온 걸 못 본 척 가만둘 때는지 뭐 이제 와서 무슨
Yeah, somebody's clearly been after his butt. For good reason now.
Like, she didn't have to call us out
That
on
one
it.
guy.
Were they just guarding the door in case a monster came down? What were the two of them gonna do?
Oh, this guy's gonna look and see what it is. I don't think he's an actual gangster. Oh, well now he just tried to kill him.
Yep. Put him through a wall. I want to know what's going on in this apartment building, though. Like, why is there a random cinder block wall that's clearly just stacked up?
전력이 없는 점, 동기가 없고 고의성을 입증할 증거가 부족하다. 피고의 장래가 축복되는 점을
I hate the thing of like there's no motive. Because they're sentenced him, so they clearly found him guilty of something.
피고인
Right?
황승재, 징역
But because he
11개월,
doesn't have a motive, it somehow makes the crime less.
There's no motive for him to kill kids?
Like, there's never a motive for anybody to kill kids. People who kill kids are not the type of people who have motives. Like, they're not getting money out of it or something like that. That's their motives are that they're sick in the head in all of the worst ways.
Well,
that just happened. I love how, like, he had so many witnesses and clearly nobody's saying anything to him. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't you need to, like, open this with the control before?
yeah, but he's in beast mode.
He's in beast mode to the point that he can lift something up that they could barely keep from going down when there was a monster attacking them?
Keep in mind that adrenaline allows people to tap into things that most people would not be able to do.
Okay, but this is why I was saying that I was wondering if he'd already gone through the semi-turning. He's like, dear blood-sucking monster, I brought food for you.
Well, that one lady, if she wants to go out now, she can.
Oh yeah, this would be a great time for her to go out. He might bring the girl back for her mother.
She might. That would be good.
And the soldier
Actually.
dude who does not deserve to have his body left out there.
Yep. And he's staying out. He did exactly what he came to do. He's done. He's at peace. But he got them the people back.
That's the priest. He's like, nah, you're not dying today. Priest ain't a slouch either.
He read the phone. He knows what happened. This is a very intense scene with not a lot in it.
Oh yeah, he did bring both of them back.
Yeah. Because she can't go out, but she just wants to be by her daughter. That says a lot.
Because she couldn't grieve properly.
But she gets to hold her, you know.
Yeah.
아, 데려올 수가 없대. 데려오면 우리가 더 슬플 거래. 그런 게 어딨어?
Well, and it's not like it's something that she can do. She helps kids. She's good with kids.
Yeah, because she ran the whole daycare.
Aw, I'm welling up. That's sad. Don't make me cry. That's terrible.
For people like her and like the mom who lost her baby, having kids that really need them right now is like a little blessing because it gives you a reason to stay alive.
Well, and I think it's like they're finally letting themselves cry.
Yeah. Trauma bonding for the win. I'm sorry.
God. Oh, you're not wrong.
Once again, what is going on in this building that they can dig graves in the basement, that there's this much dirt available?
Well, this looks like it's a greenhouse. Or like
This is what I was saying, like, this place looked like it was already in, like, a post-apocalyptic era before these things started happening. You know?
I don't know that I agree. I think it was just a rundown place.
There's rundown and then there's rundown.
지구를 지배했던 공룡은 약 6,600년 전에 멸종했다.
Oh, not the flickery lighties.
Oh.
하지만 인간의 조상은 살아남기 위해 변화했고.
That's why they needed him.
인간은 또 다른 진화를 택할까?
Well, he's giving him all the crap tasks. He told him he was going to.
Problem is, when he's in demon mode, he gets distracted so easily. Oh yeah, he's finishing eating the guy.
Uh-oh.
Well then, hello, sir.
That's a big beastie.
That's a heck of a way to end an episode. That was not small. That was Attack on Titan's big. So okay, well then.
Well, so
we've gotten everybody on the same floor together.
Yes, and I guess my question is, they say that they can't be killed, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no way for them to die.
They've not been able to successfully kill them with human means.
Because that one thing looked like it was pretty happy to crunch on our vampiric, alien-esque
bloodsucker.
Slender Man looking.
I almost made a politician joke.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it, but it was in my head.
But yeah. He looked like he just grabbed him and was about to crunch on him. Just go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was pretty much a hello. But we saw that before where they were attacking each other.
Yeah, it's like hello food.
So it almost seems like humanity's best option right now is to lure the monsters towards each other and to let them destroy each other.
Yeah, because remember the one guy when our main anti-hero is type dude, he got excited that he was about to possibly go against another monster.
Yeah.
He wanted to.
Yeah. But we also...
There may be something there.
There might be. And then also, I'm starting to suspect that not all of the monsters are necessarily evil, if that makes sense.
I feel like they have different
I feel like
levels.
It's like whatever their strongest desire was is magnified to the point of beyond insanity.
Well, and I feel like there's varying levels of, we talked about how this is very much like video game.
Yes.
Come to life.
Yes.
There are some that are low intelligence monsters, and some that are higher intelligence monsters.
But we've also seen things like the hand guy that very easily could have killed the one guy, and really what he actually did was drag him out of the way of the other one.
Well, yes, but that's what I'm saying is they're all different.
They're all very
different. But they all have different strengths and weaknesses. That one, so the ear guy, I don't know that he was very intelligent. He just kind of struck wherever he heard sound. He wasn't
right, and
he wasn't strategic about it.
The interesting thing about him is that he didn't become that. He wasn't originally, I think, going to turn into that. But remember, he was killed, and this is where I'm questioning the lore a little bit. He was killed before he finished turning. He should have been in the golden hour, because he was still human when they struck him down.
Not entirely, because he had already started attacking people. he was in the process of actually physically changing, which to me makes me think that once you start changing, you're done. You've got it's much harder to kill you. You have to still be human-esque in order for them.
Or maybe just more damage needs to be done. Like,
well,
maybe
no, they cut his head off. Like,
they cut half
not
of his,
off, but like
they cut half of his head off.
They cut half of his head off. He'd already started his change though. He'd already started like morphing into that whatever it was, and then they cut it off and thought that would just be the end of it, and found out that he was still alive.
Right, but I'm saying, who knows if they had done more damage to the body.
Oh yeah, if you'd chopped it into different pieces. But I think there's an argument against that, and the reason why I say that is this. The eyeball that we talked about earlier, remember, it went into the room, the neck got chopped off, the guy on the ground fell backwards, and then from the shoulders off, it like popped off the extra neck, and it started regenerating. So what if worst case scenario, you chop this thing up into little bits, and then it just regenerates from the biggest piece of it?
But that is a possibility, but it could also be like, we're making the assumption about brain. I'm saying it could be a different organ that is the central organ.
Because I don't think that we're making an assumption about brain, because I'm just telling you, like, the brain was chopped in half on your hearing guy.
Yeah. I would want to see... I haven't seen how they successfully have killed anybody, except for the president, but he only had the nosebleed. He didn't have anything else.
Exactly. The only character that has been successfully killed that we have a confirmed kill of.
We don't actually have a confirmed kill. Actually, now that I think about it.
No, we don't. We don't know that he didn't come back to life after that.
Right. So we don't even actually have a confirmed kill of that.
No, we have a theory about a confirmed kill.
Oh, this is problematic.
It's like, what are these things? They're quotation marks. We have a confirmed kill, as it were.
Okay.
We don't know.
So humanity needs to lure all of the demons into an arena where they can battle each other. And yeah, that means that the biggest, baddest one will be the only one that's left, but if it's the only one that's left, it can't kill all of us. The problem is that people will continue to turn.
Yes. So I'm not opposed to a giant monster battle royale. That's not a thing that I would be upset about, personally.
Yes.
I would watch that show, but I do see where it could be problematic. There's not a real way to stop it. The only thing that you know about what causes the turning is that people get desperate.
Yes.
How do you stop people from getting desperate? You have to create a utopia.
That's about what I was going to say. It's never been managed. And not only that, you would have to have everybody be peaceful long enough, like, because, you know, if people aren't able to have kids and have those kids survive long enough to grow up, then it doesn't matter anyway. Humanity's still extinct within 2 generations.
And I hate to point this out, but you have, with the way that the buildings are set up, you have very limited options as to who you can interact with.
Yeah.
For very long before. Where do the kids go?
Where did the kids go? There was a daycare there, and we have 2 kids right now. Where are the rest of the kids?
Well, to be fair, there's the apartment above, and the daycare is one of the services for this, and along with the stores. Other people might be coming to that location to drop kids off.
Yeah.
Because remember, they shut it down before they even had the shops or anything open. It was the morning of, they were getting ready, and nobody had really.
So here's the thing.
Started.
So you've got a couple of issues. The first is how you get all of the monsters to fight each other instead of the humans. The second is you've actually got to make a way so that the humans can come together and not be separated out into pockets.
Yes. And my thought is somehow build a giant ladder and then choose the bravest amongst you all to cross that sucker onto the next apartment complex and hope that there's not a shit show waiting for you. Because they
Right.
would have had to hopefully evict all of their monsters the way that you evicted yours, because otherwise you're walking directly into another monster problem, and they're
Well,
coming back into your
and the
space.
thing is, and there's no such thing as creating a safe haven, because even
No,
if you
there's
have
no.
a safe haven where you've gotten all the monsters out, anybody inside could turn at any time.
Yeah, the only safe haven you technically have, it would be if all of these people somehow got onto a boat and went into the ocean and didn't have to worry about something from the outside. They could all fish and live happily on this boat in the ocean.
Except for here's the thing.
Really...
Here's the thing about humans, though. If you had them all on a boat and they could all fish and they could be happy there, somebody would start being upset that they were only eating fish. Somebody would start being upset that they didn't have more than somebody else. Somebody would start being upset that the person that they liked didn't like them back. Okay? That's the nature of humanity. That's, I think, why the one guy was saying that humans can't win, is because it's human nature to be dissatisfied with the status quo and to want something more than what you have.
Yes, but it's also human nature to adapt and actually move on from things. I'm just saying that the boat option is the best option.
It is the best option. It is the best option, but we also don't know. We also don't know if these things can swim.
They probably can.
You know what we haven't seen in this show at all? No, we've seen two. We've seen two. One of them is dead and one of them is alive. Animals.
You didn't finish what you thought. Yeah.
Animals.
Yeah, and we have seen animals.
We've seen the cat that got eaten, and we've seen the dog that is alive. I don't know that we've seen any others alive right now.
I think there have been some birds outside.
We also don't
Like
know how
crow.
widespread this is.
Well, we don't.
I'm assuming
we
it's
don't know a
global.
lot of information.
I'm assuming it's global. But also, like, we don't know what the trigger was, like where it initiated, what started this happening.
I feel like there's a lot of questions for us to get into.
There are a lot of questions for us to get into. So here's the main question that I have about what is your prediction on this show? Are we going to pull humanity back from the brink, or is this going to be a show where we end up just watching the world burn?
I feel like they're not going to give us that kind of closure.
Even
I
after
feel like
all of the seasons are done, you think we're not going to have any closure?
No, that's not how I predict this going. I predict this going to a place where there is hope, but it looks there's going to be lots of stuff that we have to do to get to it.
Okay. I'm not going to lie, I'll be really pissed if that's how we end this show.
That's how this look. In my history of this type of a show, it's we get it wrapped up, you find out someone's been they're all in a medical facility because there's been a giant event that shook the entire apartment complex and everybody that was there. It's an earthquake and the building collapsed on them or something, and the people who survived come out of their comas, but then they all have the same dream and they have the same memory, and they start looking around and they're seeing issues with the status quo, but they all are somehow joined, if that makes sense. So that's either one of those, or they're working on controlling themselves and they've shown that they can conquer it, but it's a constant struggle and it never ends.
Okay.
That's my prediction. I know it's both like
what
fairly
I don't
abysmal.
What I don't want is the way that they ended Kingdom. Have you seen
Look,
Kingdom?
I do not know how they ended Kingdom.
Okay, then I'm not going to say it. What I do not want is for them to get to the end, have it be one of those things where you believe they've overcome the situation and everything's better and we're moving on to the better future, and then the last shot of the last episode of the last season, you see one of our main guys have the nosebleed. And
That would be amazing.
That would piss me off.
That would be so good
much.
because it's never ending. It's never ending.
It would piss me off though. Like if like I would actually rather the one you said where things are still a mess, but we have
But
hope
why
and
would
we've
it
learned how
piss
to.
you off? It's supposed to be a scary thing to say that it's still out there. That's the whole point. The whole point is that the struggle continues and people are still vulnerable.
I want my ending. I want a
That
satisfying
is an ending.
But there's a
The
difference
ending
between
is that
there's a
it
difference
never
between
ends.
things are still a mess, but we have hope and we've learned how to control ourselves versus we've fixed everything and the world is fine, except for even the people that you thought could control it are now starting to turn. That
I don't think that there's going to be a we fixed it and everything's fine ending.
I don't think so either. I don't think there's any way of getting to that point from here.
Yeah. There's not going to be a we fixed it. No, we're all kumbayaing around a campfire and talking about the good old days when our neighbors
kumbaya,
the
be
giant
kumbayaing
tree
around a
monsters.
campfire surrounded by
And-
rubble.
Yeah,
It'd
it's
be,
like
you know what it would be? It would be that scene where the party finally hit Xanarkand and they're in the ruins and they're like, we're hopeful because we're getting towards the end of our journey, but let's acknowledge that the world is effed up beyond belief. No, Final Fantasy. That's a Final Fantasy reference. Well, I'm going to say what I forgot to say at the beginning, which is that this show is on Netflix, and you should have watched it there before you came to see our reaction here. Also, don't forget to check out the Patreon, where you can vote in the polls to choose, like, what I watch next on the channel. You can get content up to 3 weeks early. You can get the uncut reactions that you get to sync up with your own copy. You can get, like, behind-the-scenes stuff that I just don't post on YouTube, or you can just hang out with us here on YouTube. Whatever floats your boat. Bye-bye. Annyeong.